Morning everyone, this is Charlotte from Maisie Darling Bridal Boutique, and this video is going to talk about the 5 top tips for choosing your wedding photographer. So as I'm not an expert in wedding photography, I have somebody here with me today who is. So I would like to introduce to you Blanka Gal, and she is an international award-winning photographer. And she is going to talk you through her 5 tips for choosing your wedding photographer.
Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you, Charlotte, for the lovely introduction. The most important thing that I think you have to think when you're looking for a wedding photographer, you should look for a photographer as you're looking for a bridal dress, your dress, because wedding photography and is something which will produce, the memories, the proof of your wedding day at all. So you eat your cake, you have a lovely food, decoration is gone. What do you have left? Your dress and your photos. So you have to be really careful, and please take some time to look around. And first of all, you have to fall in love with the pictures that the photographer provides usually. So instead of going with the trend of, oh, everyone is hiring them, or maybe they are talking about how amazing they are, probably those photographers are amazing. But if you don't really like their style, please do not make a compromise, because it has to be really, when it comes from your heart and you fall in love with the images, that's the most important thing. So please make sure you look around and you look the work of the wedding photographers first. Obviously, you have to know your budget. So know your budget is important, but you can see the difference between quality and what they offer and just purely the number. The number is just one thing, but it has to be something that you fall in love with. And when you get a quote from different photographers, please ask for different photographers, different quotes, because it's not just one to go. Take a look what they offer for the price. So maybe you find a little bit more expensive photographer, but overall the service can be way much better, or way much more, or something extra which you never ever thought of, but it's actually a great idea. What do I mean? Many photographers offer like free engagement or couple shoots. You can say you don't really need it, but let me explain why it's really important. It's not just creating a beautiful memory before you get married, it's also getting to know each other with your photographer. The photographer gets to know you and your as a couple, and how you react, how you're shy or comfortable in front of the camera, and you become more confident around being photographed. Also, it's a lovely memory to create, and maybe if you're thinking of having a beautiful slideshow on your day, you can include these engagement shoots. So that's one thing. And then it can be, do they offer like a second shooter? Do you need a second shooter? Do they offer something like prints or beautiful products in that package? So you have to look above the numbers and behind the numbers what's included. So my first tip was just please fall in love with the images first. The second, if you know your budget, don't be really strict. Ask different quotes and see and compare which would be the best for you. You have to be quick. That's my third tip, because photographers, especially good photographers, and their dates are gone very fast. So we can be booked for like 2-3 years ahead. So don't wait as long time as you think, oh, I still have time to book my photographer. So I think when you get your dress, please start looking around for photography as well. If you have your date and venue, it's just really important to book your photographers as soon as possible. Another one, try to think of who you could feel comfortable around. And what I mean, some brides prefer male photographers, some brides prefer female photographers. You have to be comfortable when you're getting dressed, because there will be someone else, and someone is all right with a male photographer around, or their crew if they have a crew, but someone prefers lady who's more natural, who can be a little bit behind the scenes or knows way much more and it's more feminine. So you have to know yourself if you're feeling comfortable with a male photographer, or it's all right, or you just go with a female photographer. And you have to build trust. Make sure that the photographer that you're choosing is not just sending you a paper contract which you sign and then the next time when you meet is just the photo shoot itself or the wedding day. Because to create great images, it comes with building trust first. You have to know the photographer, they have to know you. You have to build up some kind of like a connection. Sometimes I became a sort of like a small event planner, making sure you have everything settled. So it's not just about photography, but making sure you have your dress fitted nicely, you have your cakes. So a good photographer takes care of way much more of your soul than just purely showing up on your wedding day. So I do believe building trust and a great personal relationship before the wedding is really important, because wedding days are crazy, and let's face it, usually they don't go ahead 100% how you plan it. So if your photographer is around and you know that you don't have to worry about the photographer because you already know him or her, you trust, you know how they work, you feel comfortable around, that's a big stress less for the whole day. I know this from many experiences. And an extra one is, when you ask for a wedding photographer, ask them how they work. What do I mean? Photographers have distance and cruise around. Some photographers have flashes around, that's how they work, that's their style. But some are working just purely with what they have. So if you're not feeling comfortable with setting up lights all over the place, everywhere, and you don't want to feel like you're in a studio while you're getting dressed or when you have your dance, ask the photographer, what do you do? What do you bring to the wedding day? What like kind of equipment? And this is an extra which you never think of. So obviously creating some special effects images, these kind of equipments are important. So if you like those, you're going to get a photographer who's going to have 4 or 5 flashes around. But if you feel like it should be more intimate, then please ask, what do they bring for the day? So these are my tips. Think when you look around to find your photographer.
Thank you so much, Blanka. Some of the points that you made, I don't think I would have ever considered. So that was really, really helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So there we are, everyone. That's Blanka's top 5 tips for choosing your wedding photographer. I hope that you found that really helpful. Blanka's link to her website will be in the comments, and if you want to ask her questions, then you can message me or message her directly. Have a fabulous day, everyone.